Baha moves to protect its assets and jobs.
The opposition reacts to Baha news.
And then how to deal with the stress of bad news. Find out. The Bahamas Tonight. The National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Saunders. Prime Minister Perry Christie called on the nation to come together with the sole intent of making sure Baha finishes, Baha opens, and Baha employs Bahamians.
He addressed the nation late this evening, and Tues Munnings was there as the Prime Minister addressed the nation on the Baha saga.
Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie noted at his press conference Tuesday evening that when Baha officials filed a bankruptcy Chapter 11 petition in Delaware without notice on Monday, the action was taken at a point when his personal intervention over several months with all three parties involved led to a substantial agreement on a packaged solution for additional funding by China Export-Import Bank, resuming construction work by the general contractor, and the project's completion. He says this is supported by an exchange of correspondence as recently as June 26th. The government wants to reiterate that the number one priority of all Baha project stakeholders should be its swift completion and official opening.
We must all work towards this goal as a matter of national priority. This is not the time to play politics, but rather we must unite to ensure the best interests of the Bahamas and all Bahamians is met. In the interest of promoting transparency and national unity on an issue that clearly transcends partisan politics, I invite the Leader of the Opposition to attend a briefing at my office on this matter. The government remains committed to being open and transparent with the Bahamian people, as it has since the beginning of this project. Any claim that the government or I have been misleading the public as it relates to the status of Baha is completely false.
We'll have more details on the government's statement on Baha's bankruptcy in Wednesday's edition of The Bahamas Tonight. Tues Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Baha today filed a claim form with the English court against China State Construction Engineering Corporation Limited. That's the parent company of China Construction America and China Construction Bahamas Limited. The claim asserts that, among other things, the defendant is liable in respect to guarantee and performance obligations related to the building of the project. They also assert that Baha Limited is entitled to claims against the defendant on a variety of financial remedies. A statement from the company, however, did not specify the amount of financial claims being sought. Our news team visited the Baha property today when we found locked gates and a few workers. Now, according to a source inside, executives met at the Old Crystal Palace Casino for most of the day.
Now, other signs of activity could be seen, such as workers performing maintenance work on the road surrounding the property.
We'll continue to follow that for you as well. Now, with the news of possible job losses for thousands of workers there, many of whom left good-paying jobs, as well as the impending redundancies of 140 BTC workers, there is somewhat of an overall damper in the mood of Bahamians.
Today, psychiatrist Dr. Harrison Thompson is offering tips to those impacted on how to cope with disappointment.
There's a lot of people work, but they work for the paycheck. There are certain people that would teach that our gifts are where our talents is, and our talents is where wealth is. And a lot of us are doing things where our talents don't exist. This would be a very opportune time because we have no choice now but to look inward. I think this can be an opportunity where people can actually start looking at what they have inside of them, things that they can use to produce for themselves.
Dr. Thompson also says a support system is important to cope with such disappointing news.
You can't do anything but support, because that emotional support is going to determine if that person gets up tomorrow with that same vigor, with that same passion. And see, a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't have a good solid system to go home to. You know what I mean? It may be a single parent home. You may not have close friends that you can talk to. But whatever the case may be, it is up to you to find that drive, to find that passion. Because motivation, it's just like a shower vane. You know, if you do not do it every day, it's going to wear off. You have to actively find things that are going to get you up and going. See, and sometimes that means ignoring your current situation because you understand what it is you have and need to do.
Coming up, news for the decision day on employees at BTC.
Police investigating yet another murder, this time in Wilson Tract.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Lettuce, designed for extra miles.